the brother E-Touch, E-Touch E100p. There we go. This is a 20-year-old machine, or getting on that way. It does very small embroidery. I do mean quite small. So these are quite tiny. But it's not like normal machine embroidery. This is like punch needle, so it literally punches through the back. There's no like bobbin underneath to lock this. So it will come undone, which I've shown on here. As soon as you pull the end, it starts to come undone. This is just a test piece because I'm trying to work something out. This machine, originally, from what I can make out, there were only 6 cassettes that came with it with designs on. I've been really lucky. I've managed to get, over the last few days, I've managed to get 5 of the 6. So you've got the Mickey one, you've got an ABC, which is, this is kind of, that's that one. That's how that would come out, obviously ignoring this, that's where I've pulled it away. You've got a mix of designs. There's also a few Christmas ones on there that are quite good. You've got some more letters that's more like bubble letters with a gradual fade in. And then you've also got the Winnie the Pooh one, which came with a lot of these ones anyway. The designs are really quite clever. They do work well. They're great on cards, as you can see. Ignoring the little splodge of dark there, because that's where I've made a mess. But yeah, as you can see, the texture is unlike anything I've worked with embroidery. This is more like a punch needle type thing, because it doesn't lock at the back, but that's kind of what I like about it. I'm really into this machine. So obviously you can't get the actual fabric anymore for these. You could probably buy it off of eBay and such like, but I've been making my own. I've been testing a few different materials in this machine. I've now actually got 2 of these machines. It was just pure luck. One of them came from somebody quite local. It's fantastic. Kind of know her as well, so that's even better. The fabric that came with these originally, let me whiz you around so you can see what I'm talking about. So the original fabric was like a curtain lining, like this, and it's got holes in to sit inside your embroidery frame, which has got holes in which keep it all together. Let me flick this open so you can see. There we go. So that would clip in. So these holes would line up with this frame, and then that would do. Bear in mind, this is a 20-year-old machine. So stabilizers have come on a lot. Stabilizer is what you use when you are doing embroidery. It gives the stitches somewhere to cling to. Sometimes it stops them sinking too far into the fabric. It depends if you just do one layer at the bottom or a layer at the top and the bottom. So what I've been doing is messing around, and I found a solution to our issue. If you get one of these machines from eBay or like, you need, I think personally, a thin cotton or something very similar to that, that's got a fairly loose weave in it, so that the needle can literally punch the holes into it. And the best bit, you need this stuff. This is a sticky back stabilizer. So when you put this on, although it's like a paper, it stabilizes this fabric and keeps it all nice and straight and tight, and then gives you this really kind of cool finish, which is, it does come out quite well. The machine runs pretty much faultless. These little issues here are me where I've burnt away the threads, because I'm terrible for just burning away loose threads. And these are test pieces. I'm not going to fuss too much about what they look like at the end. I'm just getting the idea of if the design will actually be stable on the fabric, which it is this way. So a thin cotton, a quilting cotton would probably be all right actually, and a sticky back stabilizer. To get a shape, I've gone one further. You could just cut this out with scissors if you've got the template. What I could do is probably put the template on Etsy. I'll sit and see if I can draw that up. I may even see if I can go one further and actually get a die made, which will go through a big shot or such like to cut this shape out. So at the minute I'm using a big shot anyway, and I'm just using a standard square die, which cuts out what I want it to cut out, which wasn't that one, obviously, or I haven't done it yet, one or the other, and that cuts the size out that I want, and it's close enough. It works out just very slightly too big, which is what you really want, because this fabric has got quite a loose weave and it will start to fray, because you've got to make holes where this is going to sit, which I do just with a pair of scissors. Just stab it, quite therapeutic. Stab through it in all the different spots when you line it up, and then you'll end up with a piece of fabric that will hoop quite nicely. As you can see, I've just stabbed it with scissors in all the spots so it's all lined up. Sticky back on there, and then when you finish your design, depending what you're using it for, if you're using it for cards, it's fine, it's not a problem. You're going to glue it in and then hopefully have a piece of card over the back which protects everything, so it'll stop it unraveling. If you are going to use it for anything else, I would suggest that you probably put another backing on, another sticky backing of some sort, to try and stop it pulling away, because these stitches will pull out. If there's a loose thread, it will just pull away because there's nothing to lock it on the back. Like I say, this is a 20-year-old machine. This is not a modern machine. I didn't buy it for a modern machine. I've got a big modern machine already, nice big embroidery machine, which I absolutely love. But this is just very slightly different because it gives me a, like I said, you get a textured finish. Depending on the design you're working on, you can end up with quite a textured finish, and it's quite rough. Refilling the cartridges, we'll do that another day. The actual thread cartridges, I've just had one run out, so that'll be my test one to refill. I've got lots and lots of embroidery thread, so I need to get into the, basically there's a big bobbin in there. Once I open this up and get to that and rewind that bobbin, hopefully I can work out how I'm going to do that in an easy way. But the idea is that we're going to try and resurrect these machines a little bit, just for a bit of use somewhere. It seems a shame to waste them. There's a lot on eBay, they're hardly used, more in the States than the UK. So the only thing I'm looking for, if anyone sees it, is what is card number 3? I have no idea. I can't find any reference to card number 3 or cassette number 3. This is not like the old embroidery machines. This is a different thing altogether. This is actually a cassette, as you can see. They're quite small. So yeah, I'm currently looking for what is on card number 3. Okay, see you later.